Well, hello there, guys. Welcome to Rage Against the Dice. That laugh was Alan. He's here with us.
Hello.
And the reason for the laugh was the unfeasibly long hello.
Well, hello.
Yeah. You guys only got like the last third of the W's, but it went on for a while. So, as you can see, there's a box with a light.
Yay.
No, this isn't the rodent experiment again. I've accepted that they don't fit up there. So, the tunnels we made.
Oh, yeah.
They get stuck about 3/4 of the way up.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. So, today we are doing the very first basic mission from the Necromunda 2-player starter box set. As you can tell, it's a proper video of ours. We've got the dryer on.
The dryer's off, yeah.
For effect. It works in the Underhive, though, because there'll be industrial fans and stuff, which obviously sound like...
There's an awful lot of...
a dryer.
There's an awful lot of lighting for the Underhive.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's too dark.
Super dark. It's like darker than... Actually, no, that's quite nice. No, the light's back. So, yes, it is the inside of the box actually makes up the first mission. And the playing field. We're not using the basic teams that it suggests we use.
Why would we?
Why would we? No. What we're doing is we're using our gang. We've each made up 1,000 credits gang. Yours are Escher's. You haven't come up with a name yet.
No.
Mine are Goliaths, and they're calling themselves the supervillains. Because those guys are supervillains. They're not painted yet because we thought it was far more important to play the game than to actually do any kind of modelling or hobby or, you know, the stuff people want to see. So yeah, we're still following the rules for said mission, so a lot of, it's just the basic rules, not the advanced rules. So there'll be no ammo rules or things like that. Only way it differs is we have extra weapons. It's not just las pistols against stub guns.
Yeah.
So you've got like your chem thrower and your whip. And as we're playing, we'll talk you through what's happening. So we're going to start off with a roll-off. Goliath on yellow. Escher's on black. 3. And a 6. So, Alan gets to decide who places the first mini hatchor.
I will place first.
Yep. So the way this goes is you place against the back wall of either side. Because of the way we set up and because we're really lazy, I'm probably going to choose this side and you're probably going to choose that side.
Yeah. So it's happening.
So
like Kev said, I've not named mine yet. Obviously, they've all got this amazing sort of 80s, 90s punk sort of
plumage, I believe.
Plumage, definitely. Yeah. I've not named them, but obviously I think individual names, they should all have sort of 80s pop icons. So we'll start off with Sonia.
Yes. Oddly, slight sidebar. When I had an Escher gang when I was around about 14, my main character was called Sonia after the film Red Sonja.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Because I like the Conan the Barbarian films, etc. I digress. So I'm going to put my gang leader down.
Yeah.
Boosh. This guy's called ABK. Anybody Killer. Because that's what he's all about.
That is given name at birth.
Yeah, they just knew. Like Mummy Goliath and Daddy... No, Mammy Killer and Daddy Killer were just like anybody.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Daddy's just called Accountant. Accountant Killer. And Mummy's Discount Shoe Saleswoman. Oh. She's very specialised.
Okay, the next one that I'm placing is my champion.
Yes.
She's just going to
go... I really don't like the lights. It's gone super dark. Gone super dark. Camera's adjusted. So yeah, you're good.
So she...
Oh, are you? Just monologuing.
So
like
she's...
I'm a villain.
She's got a chem thrower.
Yeah, she does.
I'm placing her down there. Name-wise, I don't know, Duran, I guess.
Yeah. Bethany.
She's hungry like the wolf.
Indeed. Right. I'm going to put this guy next, and he's got a beautiful stub cannon. He's not messing around. I haven't given him a name yet, and that's fine. I'm going to call him Toby. After Toby Maguire, because he's a little bitch, and that guy looks like a little bitch. Sorry, Toby Maguire, if you're still watching our channel. He might have just unsubscribed.
My next one, I'm placing out. It's my other champion.
Yes.
She's the one that has 2 las pistols and a stiletto
knife.
knife.
Yep.
So, and that's Enya. So
Nice.
she'll go there.
Cool. So I'm putting down my third model now, which is this guy, and he's called Mad Rocks because he's mad and he rocks. Yeah, I'm going to pop him back there. That guy's a beast. He's armed with a spud jacket and a brute cleaver. He doesn't really shoot, but he does love to pound heads. Oh, that's not a euphemism.
It's not?
Not this time.
Oh, right, okay. Next one that I've got is this lady here. Actually, I don't know if what's in view there.
Yeah, the whole...
Yeah, so I've got Annie Lennox. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place her... she's got her stiletto knife and her laser gun, just like Annie Lennox.
Yes.
And I'll be placing her down here so she can maybe walk on some broken glass.
I don't get it.
Oh.
Boom! Stub cannon guy. I've got 2 of them because that's how I roll. And I'm just going to slot him here. Now, the standard mission, I believe it was 4 models we used, wasn't it, originally?
Yes.
Because we have played this once before, but a lot of this we're learning as sort of the people watching are learning, which is kind of how we work always, to be honest.
Okay. My 5th is this lady here. She has a las pistol and a power sword.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite good. And it's exactly what I would expect from Sinead O'Connor down there, saying controversial things about the church.
Indeed, indeed. So, just to mention, we have 3 gangers each, 1 leader and 2 champions. So I've only got my champions left to put. Now, this guy, again, because I haven't painted him, I haven't got a name for him yet. Kind of the paint inspires the model. But yeah, he's got a grenade launcher, and then he has a fiendishly giant axe.
Cool.
He is cool. I like him. I like him a lot.
Right. My last one.
Yes.
This lady, she's got a plasma pistol, a stiletto knife, and I thought there was more things written on there, but I think it's just descriptors. So that is Nina, and she will be using that gun to shoot 99 red balloons full of viscera.
I see who you what.
And I'm done. There we go.
Nice. And my last one is another champion. He's armed with a rivet cannon. And that's that guy there. The camera's not picking him up very well. Probably because I've developed onset Parkinson's.
Early onset?
Yeah, I haven't. I've got wiggly hands today, look. I just really wanted to do that with my hands, and I needed a segue. Right. So you
segued that one in flawlessly and seamlessly.
I know, we've just lost the Parkinson vote.
Oh, okay. I'm not commenting.
Yeah, it's best you don't. Just let me go down by myself on this shit. Yeah. But it's your initiative or priority, so you get the priority / initiative token, because all games we play have one now, because they assume
always forget to use them though.
Yeah, they assume that people are too stupid to figure out, and to be fair, we always forget to pass the token back and forth, so
we do. I mean, we always make a point with the Walking Dead ones to sort of make a point. We make a point to make a point. Say, look at this, isn't it awesome? And then we place it down and it just stays there for the whole game.
This is true. I was making a point the other day. Then I can't be bothered to make a spear joke. No. So the way it works is you alternate actions, and you get 2 actions each. So each model activates. They can do 2 things or 1 thing as a doubler, etc., etc. And we'll talk you through as we play. Then it moves on to me. So unlike old Necromunda, where you'd move all your guys and then I'd move all my guys if they hadn't been killed.
It's more of a back and forth.
Yeah, a back and forth. Like most of the games we play these days, to be honest.
Most other normal games.
Absolutely. We are using the odd Games Workshop measuring device that comes with the game, and we will only really be using it for in this box. The rest of the time we'll just use your Continental Garden tape measure, because I don't actually think they're proper inches, if I'm honest.
They seem to line up. Yep, they line up.
Alright, that's me something. Debunked.
Debunked, yes.
I have been debunked.
Right, okay, I'm starting off by moving my lady over here.
Yes.
She's going to move 5.
So she has a 5-inch movement as standard.
Does. To just behind that. This box does make it difficult to measure.
Yes, it does. So that's just a simple action and move, which means if you choose to, you can make the same action again. Although there are other actions she can make if she wishes.
No, at this stage she's just moving into position there.
She's just chilling. If this was Walking Dead, she'd be lowering the threat right now. But this is
I wouldn't.
This is the Underhive, baby.
You know for a fact I wouldn't, because I forget to do that until the very end.
This is true. Right, so I am going to move. My guys move a lot slower. They only move 4 inches. So I'm going to hustle this guy double. So he's going to do 2 actions.
Yep.
And he's going to hide behind this bit of doorway because I don't want him to get killed. Goliaths aren't smart, but they know not to stand in the way of bullets.
Indeed. Right. Next I'm moving, let's just see. Yeah, I can do 5 to move this lady to behind there as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, one thing to note is you do get these little ready tokens on your model.
Oh yeah, I've not been turning mine over.
Which look like this, and you just put them on the card, and a card looks like this. This is our custom-made ones. I know, the writing of a toddler. I didn't get my son to do it. I actually did it. I was going to lie about it though, but I've decided I shan't. I'm going to move my other champion, which is my grenade launcher fellow, and he's going to book it in almost the same manner. Now, it is worth noting that if you're doing a double move, for instance, you don't have to move your full movement. Like, I only moved 5.5 inches there to get me into cover, but because it was over the 4, it's a double move.
Yeah.
But
just has to be anything over the 4 and less than 8.
Absolutely.
Okay, right, I'm going to move my main woman. She's going to... Well, do I want to just drive her forwards?
You've got to wonder, what would Brian Boitano do?
Drive forwards.
Yeah, he would. Right out into the open.
Right into the open.
My goodness, she's
ballsy.
Well, it's not the smart play, but if you're doing it, I'm doing it too. If you can do it, I can do it kind of.
Well, anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, that sounds wrong.
I'm sure we have to pay like a licensing fee for you to sing that.
I'm not allowed to sing. I thought there was a court order about that.
There is.
It was a spoken word album. Right, I'm moving my chem flamethrower person to go alongside.
Yep.
Oh, this is awkward positioning them because they've all got ganglions that keep catching on everything.
Yeah, they're very dynamic posed. Now, some of the weapons have a skill called Unwieldy in their weapon profile, like the chem thrower, for instance.
Am I in range to use my chem thrower?
This is what I was just about to state. Because it's unwieldy, it takes 2 actions to do.
Ah, I see.
Unless you have a skill like one of my chaps. The one with the rivet cannon, because his rivet cannon's unwieldy as well. It's massive. He has a skill called Bulging Biceps. It's not a one the Ashes can get. Right. They're all about agility and such. And Goliaths are all about me Goliath smash, kind of.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do first in my hackathon...
So, sorry. Just on the question of my chem thrower, you said it's unwieldy.
Yes. So you wouldn't be able to move if you wanted to use it, but if you were using it, it would use this.
Well, what I was just asking was, that's not something that's written on my card? Is that something I should know?
It should be. Is it not an unwieldy weapon? Oh, my apologies. I'm going to take this to the book a second. I've obviously read that wrong somewhere, either on the interline or just because I make up rules. We'll be back in a second and I'll tell you which. So, to my surprise, shock, horror and awe, you were right and I was wrong.
Well, I wasn't right.
But you weren't wrong.
I wasn't, yeah.
So,
I only asked a question.
Indeed. The way this works, you would declare your target as you normally would, and you would place the flame template at the front of your base in your firing arc. If you wish to check your firing arc, you could use these, but I know that you've faced her forward, sorry.
Yep.
So it covers my model. It automatically hits.
Woo!
Were this a flamer weapon, for instance, you would then roll the wound as normal.
Yep.
It's not, however, it's a gas weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So what you would do is you'd roll a dice and you need to equal or beat my toughness. Now, my leader's toughness is 4, so it's a 50-50 roll.
4 or more.
4 or more. If you get it, I lose a wound, because my leader has 2 wounds.
Okay. It's a 3.
It's a 3.
Ah!
She's firing blanks. Now, this is the basic version of the rules.
Yes, wasn't so much a chem throw, it's like more sort of Calvin Klein's.
Yeah, you...
Unisex 1.
I'm guessing in the Underhive that's what they would use for deodorant.
I don't know what aftershaves are called.
I don't. I just rub a small snotlet on me.
Squeeze that goblin.
Absolutely. But yes, one thing to note, in the basic version of the rules before you go into the advanced, you don't roll the injury dice and you don't roll for ammo and things like that. So were I to take a wound on a normal model or 2 wounds on a champion or leader, they would just get taken off the board. Yeah. The chem weapon also doesn't cause pinning. No. Which, pinning is cool, and we're going to get to that potentially in a second. You're like, wait a second. So now it would move on to my turn.
What's about to happen?
This young fellow...
That young whipperscam?
Yes, is going to move forward. Now, you can adjust your facing at the start before you move.
Just your face.
And then at the end of your move, you can adjust said facing.
Yeah.
So he's choosing... I'm choosing to use my barrel of my guns as the way a model's facing, and I'm going to, eventually when they're all painted, I'm going to put a line on the base, which will line up with that bit. You're under no obligation to do that on your own models. Not you. I mean the people watching.
I am under obligation.
Because I'm going to paint your models, because I want them to look super pretty. And you're still in learning, I guess would be the easiest way to describe it.
It's the most... nicest
words.
Yeah, it's the least hurtful.
So, stub cannons are fair badass in the way they shoot. Okay. They're the same short and long range. I'm going to take a pop at your leader. So I've declared I'm going to shoot. I would then measure to see if I can. Yeah. This is unlike a lot of the other games we play, because a lot of them have pre-measuring. But this doesn't. So say I was going to take a shot at you, I measured I was out of range, I would still go through the motions of it in terms of, because I would still, if we were playing an advanced game, I'd still take ammo rules and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Basically, you've shot, but it just didn't get near.
Yeah.
Just a limp bullet. Shot out and then dropped at the last minute. My ballistic skill... Yes. Doesn't work like it used to. Instead, and I'm going to show you on the card, it works like 8th edition 40k. So instead of having like a ballistic skill 3 and you need to get up to a 7, it just tells you need a 4+ or you need a 5+. So with me, I need a 4+, because I'm not the most accurate of shot.
And my toughness is... I need that calculated in this? You need to know that?
Not for this, but I will do in a moment. So... I won't need to in a moment. But were I, it would be the strength of the weapon against the toughness of the model. Yeah. And again, it works like 8th edition. But that's his action. I've removed his little token. So now it would move on to you, sir, and your next model.
Okay.
So you should have 2 left, is that correct?
Yes. Let me just grab the... Can you pick that up off the
measure
of it's an awkward angle for me to reach across.
Eternal dilemmas.
Quite. I am going to move this person. She is just also going to go around to that edge.
Yes. So was that a double move?
No, it was a single move, but she's not shooting from there. Oh, actually, no, she can shoot.
She can.
Well, no, I'm being absolutely moronic. I didn't notice him. You know, him, that massive
one, my
with
leader.
The warhammer in the middle of the
well,
thing.
It's a power hammer, but... It's probably still pretty scary.
Let's shoot him. Now, what does she have? She's got a rifle-y thing.
It's a las gun, I believe.
If you say so.
I did make the cards.
Lasgun. Because I don't know which card is which person.
You will when they're painted, because I'll put their names on the bases.
Yes. Well, I still don't know what I named them before.
But by the time I've painted them in 6 years, you will have.
Right, okay. So, short range, 18. Easily within that.
Yes.
The strength of the...
No, it would go your weapon, your ballistic skill, it'll tell you what you need.
Ballistic skill is 4+, so I need to roll this, get a 4 or more.
You may... The gun themselves, and I'll show you on... If you pass your card, I'll show the folk at home.
Okay.
So there, you can see that he needs a 4+. Normally, you can see my abysmal handwriting. You actually get a +1 at short range.
Okay.
So you actually need to hit on a 3+.
Right. Okay.
I wish it wasn't that also.
Right.
And then you would roll.
Oh, I got a 2.
So you also are firing the same level of blankage that I am. So let's get this underway.
Okay.
So it would be my turn next, and we would decide how we would work amongst us. Anybody who knows Necromunda will have heard of a gang called the Ratskins. I believe my oldest son thinks he is a ratskin because he's just sneaking around, like full-on crouch position. Like, have you played Metal Gear Solid? He's sneaking. Like, I saw a box go by earlier. Yeah, I was fine. I was like, just a box.
Only a box.
Yeah,
just ignore that.
It was all good. I just blanked it. It was fine.
Paint a saluting captain on the front.
Yeah. So he's moving up to here for his first action. His second action is going to be to shoot this fine filly over yonder. Now,
yes,
I hit on a 4 normally,
but
there's partial cover there. And the way that you'd measure that is the amount of base that's showing. Because there's more than half of the base showing, or up to half of the base, it's partial cover. If there was less than half the base from him to her...
There isn't.
There easily
There
is.
is not.
Look. Well, before it, not.
Well, okay.
There clearly is. So it would be partial cover, which would mean I need to hit on a 5.
Okay. Hey!
I am successful, and I'm sorry, Chem Lady. Not because she's the one who's got shot, but because I hit her with a dice. And that was wrong of me. So, my weapons are strength 5. You're pinned and knocked back.
Oh.
So you knock them back an inch. There's an interesting rule with knockback where if you knock them back the inch but they can't go the full inch, it just does extra damage. As it happens, I could knock you back the inch. And you're pinned. Your toughness would be, of that model, well, of all your models,
3.
So it works, again, like 8th edition. So if the strength is equal, it's 4+. If the strength is higher than the toughness, it's a 3+. The strength is lower than the toughness, it's a 5+. And then if it's double lower or double higher, it's 2 or 5, 2 or 6 as appropriate. Right. And 1 always misses, because 1s are dead to us.
Right.
You feel me? Metaphorically? I got a 5.
Hey.
So that would be a dead ganger. Oh. It wouldn't in the advanced rules. You do injury rolls and such like. But for this, 1 model is taken out of action.
Thank you.
The basic rules aren't the most exciting, but they do at least give you a grasp of the game.
Sure.
So now we're moving on to your last model, I believe.
Yes. So my last person, thank you. She is...
Power Sword and Lasgun, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, Las Pistol, sorry.
She is going to move the 5 to there.
Yes.
And take a shot at him.
Yes.
Right.
Now, from the angle that you're at against where I'm at, it would be the same. It would be a partial cover situation. So, you've said you're going to shoot, so we'd measure the distance.
Yep.
The distance on that is 6 inches. So, a las pistol, it'll tell you on your... He's still doing it. He still thinks he's a rat skin. I digress. I apologise. So, your las pistol will have... In there,
Last pistol.
yeah. So on your card,
yes,
it has
a short and a long range.
Yeah, your short and your long range
is 8.
And then in the next column, it will say short and long range again.
Yes. +1.
And it will have a +1. Yeah. So your +1 and the -1 basically negate one another. So it would be your standard shot. Right. 4+. So, I believe, isn't it, for a ganger?
No, it can't be that person. Last person must be this person. Yeah, 4+.
Yes. So it would be a 3+ because of your last pistol, but it would be a 4+ because of the cover.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I'm just trying to... 3.
And it's a 3.
Oh,
so once again...
Nothing.
Another nothing. Now, my last ganger, I'm a particularly big fan of him. He's the guy who mangles people and not else. God. He hasn't got any he's only got close combat weapons, so I'm going to move him for 4, and then I'm going to move him for 4 to back up my ganger.
Right. And
then that would be the end of the phase. In basic, there's very little else happens. You roll for anybody who's like those kind of things. In advanced, you'd be doing loads of tests and stuff. As it is, we just move straight on to turn 2. So we'll get our cards ready and then we'll come back for turn 2. I'll hand you that
before I forget.
Well, we have to roll for it, but we'll explain how that works in a moment.
Oh, right, okay.
We are back. Our tokens are pressed. Now, as we were saying, Alan had priority last turn. We now roll off as we did on turn 1. I use a yellow, you use a black, see who gets the highest.
1.
I got a 1. I got a 6.
Okay.
So I'll be going first. However, had we got a draw, I would have automatically got it because you had it last turn.
Yeah.
So that's how it works a little different from, say, like Walking Dead, it alternates. Project Z, we'd have just kept rolling forever. Same with Rumbleslam.
Yes.
We just roll until the end of time. So, I'm going to do a charge move with this fellow here.
Okay.
He's going to charge at this lady here.
Okay.
Not that I'm assuming either's genders.
Well,
but
that is a lady and he is a he.
Yeah, so it's fine. So, a charge works. You move your normal move plus D3 inches, and it costs both of your actions. So a D3 works. 1 and 2 is 1, 3 and 4 is 2, 5 and 6 is 3. If you're watching and you're like maybe 10, you probably don't know what a D3 is. If you've played any kind of war game for any length of time, you'll know what a D3 is. Or if you're Alan, you'll have forgotten what a D3 is, and I'll explain it every time.
I knew what a D3 was sometimes.
So I go a full total of 6, because I've got a movement of 4 and I rolled essentially a 2. So you only need to get within an inch to be classed as in combat. In basic rules, we just fight one-on-one. In advanced rules, there are cool things like assists and stuff like that, and that's something we're going to cover at a later point. I'm going to get the book now, and we're going to go through the steps. I like the fact in the rule book, and this is kind of another sidebar, so sidebar, you have your shooting and your close combat phase, and then your wound section separate because it's the same for both. So I've turned to face where I didn't need to because I was already facing you. I haven't picked which weapon, but I only have one close combat weapon, so I'm going to use that one. And it's a power hammer. I know it sounds terrible.
So your close combat weapon is only the ones that say E for engaged, is that right?
Yes, they are. And they'll also usually say melee in the weapon description. Or the weapon traits. Sorry. So yes, so I determine the attack dice. I get 3. So the way it works in this is I attack and then you get the chance to reaction attack if you've not been squished. I say squished because he's got a hammer that's the size of you.
Yeah.
Not because of an arrogance that I will win, although I hope to win. So, as a basic, I would hit on a 3. My weapon doesn't have any modifiers, so I need 3s. That's not a D6. Well, it is, but it's not the kind of D6 I want, so this one's dead to me.
Yeah.
One's always dead to you. These two, however, hit. Now, the power hammer is my strength plus 1, for which my strength is 23. No, it's not. It's 4. So my hammer strength is 5. Your toughness is 3.
3, yeah.
So it's not double, so it would only be 3s.
Okay.
So And I need both because you've got 2 wounds. Is that correct?
It is, yeah, it is for...
Although my hammer does too, so ignore what I just said.
Okay. Oh.
One is good, one is bad. One thing I did forget, actually. It's not that I forget. No, it is that I forgot. You got an armor save for that woman I shot before. So, before we go any further, I have hit and wounded with 1.
Yeah.
And we'll explain how that goes. But because I'm a fair kind of guy, and because I've now been caught on video cheating, do you want to take a D6 roll? Your armor is 6, I believe?
For the person you killed earlier?
Well, for all of them, I think. With your lady's flak armor 6 plus.
Yes.
There's no modifiers on my gun, so yes, it would be a 6 up.
That's a 6.
She's back, so she's pinned, so she's down on her back.
Yep, so she was there.
Yes. So yes, guys, I do apologise. The one thing I did forget is armour. And the reason being that when we were playing it the other day, all the weapons we were using had modifiers. So you weren't actually getting your armour saves, and I've just kind of carried that along. But yeah, don't cheat. It's bad. You'll make your friends sad. Oh. So now we go back to where we were with the smushing of your leader, potentially.
Well, hopefully not.
Well, it definitely is. This is a sidebar. It definitely is. Okay. So I got a 6. So then it would go to your armor save. Now your armor save is a 6 up, as you'd mentioned.
Yes.
And I'd mentioned.
Yeah.
I have a -1 modifier to your save. So it's the only thing. It's one of those things that when you've played a lot of war games and you've played a lot of Games Workshop games, you fully understand it. But when we were first discussing this,
I found the plus and the minus to be a bit counterintuitive the way
with armor, but just specifically for armor, because it basically means it's a negative modifier to what you would normally need to roll. Is the easiest way to explain it. So you'd need a 7 to pass.
Yeah,
you can't physically roll a 7 on 1 dice. No. That's the kind of guy you are.
Yeah.
So he would be smushed, or she would be smushed, because my weapon does 2 damage.
Yeah.
If my weapon only did 1, you'd have 1 wound left.
Yeah.
So we don't lie it down. We don't do anything else with it. We just remove it from the board. And then it would be your turn where I'm assuming I'm going to get chemmed in some way.
So
she's taken 2 wounds and she would be removed from play.
Right, so she's out.
Yeah. If she had better armour or my weapon didn't have an armour modifier, you would have taken 1 save. If you'd passed it, you would have taken no damage. If you'd failed, you still would have taken the 2 damage.
Okay.
It's not a save for each damage. It's just 1 hit that does multiple damage.
Sure.
Did you get all that, people at home? They're like, no, I lost you at cheating. They were like, I switched off when I realised you didn't give poor Alan his armour save. I gave him it back, and then to compensate, I smushed his leader. So yeah, that is how combat works. I would then get a consolidatory move of 2 inches.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 2 inches to move closer to these. The reason being, you can't then flamer him without flamering your own people.
Yeah.
Or chem him, as it were. It doesn't mean you can't chem them. Don't chem them.
Well, that's what I was planning to do, to be honest.
That one guy. So, then it would move on to your turn.
Yeah.
And you would take that turn, I guess?
I guess, yeah. I mean, why not? Sure. So, I'm going to start with this person here.
Oh, yes. Oh, plasma pistol.
Yeah.
Are you going to shoot me in the face? Because I'm not cool with that.
I am.
Fair play. Now, a plasma pistol has 2 settings.
Yes.
A max and a low.
Yes.
Which is cool. Kinda, I guess. So, I'm assuming you're going to shoot me with one.
That language should either be max and min or low and high, not low and max.
Well, I just write it as I read it.
Okay.
Sometimes I just make it up.
True. Right. Tell me the difference. What's the crack?
So, on your card, you'll notice that you have 2 separate lines.
Yes.
One for low and one for high. I'm going to get them in my book so I can see it without having to look at your card. It means I can also show the folks at home. Mm-hmm. That's you guys who are watching.
Oh, them not.
Unless you're not at home and you're on the bus or something. Or a train. Or a yacht. I don't judge. You could be anywhere, really. Basically what I'm saying is you can look at it wherever you are. if you have a will or a desire to.
Okay. Anyway,
yeah.
hurry along to.
I'm basically
You're rambling.
killing a bit of time. So yeah.
Oh, were you killing time? All right. Sorry, I thought you were just in a classic.
Classic
ramble.
Kev ramble. Yeah. Well, a little from column A, a little from Columbine. So too soon. Short range 6 inches, long range 12 inches on both.
Yeah.
On low, you get a +2 to hit at short range. On maximum, you get a +1 to hit at short range. Short range is strength 5, low is strength 5, maximum is strength 7. Low does -1 to my armor, high does -2 to my armor, low does 2 damage, high does 3 damage. The difference is that there's a chance that max could blow up.
Oh!
Because it's got a rule called unstable.
Oh.
Which is, of course, how I've been described quite often by friends, family, loved ones, professionals, people on the bus,
yes.
actually going back to public transport. But unstable works. It says here, if the ammo symbol is rolled on a firepower dice when attacking with this weapon, there is a chance the weapon could overheat. In addition to needing an ammo check, you roll a d6, and on a 1, 2, or 3, the weapon suffers a catastrophic overload, and the attacker is taken out of action. Ooh. The attacker still resolves the attack against the target, because shit may blow up, but he's going to take out some other as well. So, I would say, since we're not using the advanced rules, the easiest way to do it is just to still do the ammo roll for this particular one. If you were to fire the strongest one, if you fire in the low range, it doesn't matter.
I'm firing on max.
I figured you might be, which is why I was getting to that section. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to find that. So, I'm going to find that section in the book because it's not part of the basic rules. The only reason we're doing it is because the plasma pistol, otherwise you wouldn't be able to fire on max because there'd be no downside to it. So, back in a moment, guys, with that particular little tidbit of information. So, the way it's done is you would take the shot as normal and you would roll an ammo dice. And if you roll this symbol, which is a bullet hole with a little bullet on it, you would run out of ammo. Or you would have to make an ammo check. We're not going to do the ammo check.
Right.
But you would then roll a d6. On a 1, 2, or 3, you blow up. On a 4, 5, or 6, safe. But normally you would do both. You would take an ammo check. And an ammo check works just for a little bit. Sidebar. I love sidebarring. You have an ammo section on your card. It has like a 3+, a 2+, a 6+. You have to beat that number. Or equal or beat.
Okay.
So now you would shoot as you normally would. Now, we'd established that shooting your plasma pistol on maximum was a +1, was it, to your hit?
Yep.
Which clearly short range as my face currently is.
Yes.
So you would normally need to hit on a 4, is that correct?
For my ballistic skill? Yes.
But this time you would need to hit on a 3, so you'd take that dice and you would take your ammo dice as well.
Once again, this should be a minus, not a plus, but yeah, that's in my head. Because
but you always think of it, it's a plus to what you would need to get.
Yeah.
So, and you need your ammo.
Instead of a 4+, it actually goes, it's +1 to take it down.
Yes.
To 3+. That stupid writing. Right, sorry. Okay, so I need a 3+.
You need that and you need an ammo dice as well. So you hit. So you need to roll an ammo dice and see what happens.
I'll use one of my own.
Yeah. You are fine. That means nothing for the purposes of this.
The purposes of this.
So you hit. Now your strength on a maximum is?
7.
7. So my toughness is 4, meaning you need a 3 because it's not quite double.
It's not.
Oh, sexy stuff.
6.
That's a 6. That could potentially be. So on maximum, it's a minus what to the armor?
That comes under what?
What would be?
Column am I
it would
looking
say
under for that
AP.
one? AP 2.
So it's a -2. Now, because you're firing in my front arc, I have an armor of 5. So that would put my armor to 7.
Yeah.
So I can't pass a 7.
Yeah.
So how many damage does it cause? That would be under D. which would kill me outright.
Aye.
Again, because it's basic, you just wiped off the face of the board.
Yeah. Melted with all that plasma in your face.
Absolutely. Will stress, in a normal game where, you know, it wasn't just A, demonstrating, and B, inside the confines of the cage, we probably wouldn't have been putting our leaders in such stupid positions.
True.
This isn't tactical ineptness, this is more excitement, game purpose-wise.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Because the way this works is it's kill all the models. It could be a very long video if we were just hid behind barricades shooting over at each other.
Yeah.
Might not be. Might be a really quick video still. But regardless, you did a shot.
Yep.
You haven't done anything else, have you, with that model?
No.
Means that she has the ability to do another action. She can't shoot again, because that's a basic, but she has the ability to move.
She is well basic.
She's properly basic. How? See, I'm learning to speak Northeast again. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
Anyway, so she could move, essentially, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. You would need the moving stick of
movement.
How
magical. That doesn't make any sense.
This is one thing that I do like over the older version. The old version, you had your movement phase, you had your shooting phase, you did your close combat phase. Whereas this is much like the Walking Dead version, where you're like, I'll shoot you and then I'll run.
Yeah.
I'll skip and a hop and a mince, and it's all good in...
A flounce, I think is what you do.
How dare you? But I do. I flounce like the best of them. This little fella here...
Yeah.
Which is Madrox. I remember I named him. He's going to attempt to charge that.
Not Sonia.
Indeed.
No, that's not Sonia. I can't remember what I named her.
D3.
Yep.
Plus 4.
Right.
So it's 5 inches. Now we're massively aware that was... Because like I said, I only need to get within 1 inch. Mm-hmm. So that was 4 inches. So I only really needed to roll nothing. Because my movement is 4 anyway. Okay. So I'm in. Now, yes. There was a more specific reason I wanted to do this one. He has 2 weapons, but he only has 1 attack. If he had 2 attacks, I would have to put 1 on each weapon. If he had 3 attacks, I would split them as I saw fit, as long as they were as even as possible.
Okay.
4 attacks, 6 attacks, 24 attacks. Separating them as equal.
Yeah.
Yes. So, because I only have 1 attack, I can choose which weapon I'm going to put it on. So I'm going to choose my Brute Cleaver. Okay. Now, my reasoning for this is simple. This is the one I want to use.
That would be a simple reason.
It's pretty simple. No. The reason being, it actually gives me a +1 to hit. So I would normally need a 4 to hit, but it gives me a plus on what I would normally need, so it's a 3 to hit. You feel me? Metaphorically, euphemismally. I would say that was schlonged, cocked. It was a 3, so it would have hit, so it's not like I'm going, that was good.
I was happy to acknowledge that was a hit still.
Yeah, but I like to play fair, except when I'm not giving you armor saves.
Yeah.
So my weapon is strength 5, your toughness is strength 3.
3, yeah.
So it would be 3s.
Yeah. Stop wrecking the board.
I know. Where's my little dice rolling box thing I normally use? That was not there. It was like here or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But the point is, I hit and I wounded. Now, this particular weapon has a -1 to its armor roll, so you don't get an armor roll. She, however, is a champion. Is that correct?
She is.
And I believe she has 2 wounds. Is that correct?
She does.
So she has 1 wound left.
Right, okay.
And this is why I specifically chose this combat, because now she gets to retaliate.
Do I put this on? Do I use this token?
Yes, you put one of those little cheekies on her.
Okay.
So, your champion has 2 attacks basic, I believe.
Yeah. Well, doesn't everyone?
No. You'll notice...
Where am I looking? Yes, 2.
And she has no other weapon, so she'd be attacking. Your Kenthrow does not have melee listed within it.
It does not, no.
It does not, which means you're basically attacking barehanded. Which is like
sweet.
barefooted, but barehanded.
Do I have like knuckle dusters on?
Indeed. So, unarmed attacks. A fighter making an unarmed attack maybe fighting with their fist, clubbing an enemy with the stock of their gun, using improvised weapons, recovered from the battlefield, and so on. I assume so on means, like, I don't know, biting.
Oh.
Mike Tyson style.
Ooh.
An unarmed attack uses the fighter's own strength, has no AP, and has a damage of 1. So it's not like you're hitting with any... You're not like a modifier or anything like that. It's not like in the Old West, Legend of the Old West, where if you're hitting without a normal weapon, you're a -1 to hit. So it would be your normal weapon skill roll, 2 dice.
Yeah, weapon skill roll is 3+.
So you need 2 3s.
Where? Oh, there. I didn't think they were my D6s. I got a 1.
Hits with 1, fails with 1. I don't judge you. That's what you got. So now your strength would be just the
3.
strength of the person. Yep.
Yeah, 3.
And my toughness is 4 because all my guys are 4.
Yep.
Look at those pectorals. I've got to stop talking about their pectorals. I'm going to get put on a list.
Another one.
Yes. So my toughness is 1 higher than your. No. Yes, 1 higher.
Yeah.
That's basic maths. So you need a 5 to wound me.
Right. Let's see.
Let's make this happen.
I got a 5.
He got a 5. So, this is a first. We get to do an armor roll in the correct place. Exciting stuff. So, my guys have a 5 up armor from the front. If you're hitting them out of their arc, it's a 6 for me. So, I've got a 5 or a 6. I'm fine. Anything else, I have shuffled off this mortal coil. That's a 4.
Yeah, looks like 1.
Now, as far as I know, 4 is less than 5. So I am going to remove this guy now, but
No.
He's like, the camera's not zooming in on him. It just there. He's fine there, but if he goes closer, they're like too much colour on his combats. Look at that. Whoa.
Yeah, it's not
Perfectly fine. So, I am 2 guys down. You are 1 lady down.
I am.
So then... It would be your turn, because I charged you.
Okay.
That was your report.
My person down here who's prone...
Yes. She would spend 1 action of her 2 to stand up.
Only...
I gave your leader a skill, so she ignores that.
My dead leader?
Yes. But we'd already established we weren't using the skills anyway, so... And
this person now counts as going because we did that little fight?
She can still activate as normal.
Oh, I thought, right. I see.
You wouldn't if I poked you in the eye, though.
No, that's true. So speaking of trying to blind people, I want to get her to over here to then shoot at him.
Yes.
So let's see what the distance is. Can you pick that up for me, please?
I can. These measuring rulers are terrible for sticking to the table.
Yes.
Maybe it's just my tables.
Yeah.
It's the things I do to them.
Sticky tables.
Now remember that you need to be... So you're not hitting the cover, because he'd hide behind the cover and it wouldn't affect him at all. You've positioned yourself as appropriate. Yes, and it would go across said model. So it automatically hits.
Hurrah!
You don't roll the wound, instead you roll a d6, and you need to match or beat.
Again?
No, so it's a 4 or more.
4 or more.
It's a 50-50 roll.
6!
It's a 6. That would do it. Now... Indeed.
So I was really getting into it there.
I liked it.
Yes.
I liked it. Now, the only one thing I need to check is whether I still get an armor save against it or not.
Okay.
Have
you got a respirator on? Because would that not help?
Do I have a respirator on that model? Because this one thing I wanted to... Another sidebar, because, I'm all about...
So many sidebars. We've had more sidebars than main bar?
Absolutely. I built the models to look cool, so some of them had respirators on, but because I'm a big component of something called WYSIWYG, which is what you see is what you get.
Okay.
If a model has a respirator on, I've had to pay the points for the respirator, even though I didn't think it was worth it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have a quick look on whether I get an armor save, and then we're going to come back to me probably dying.
Oh.
So, 2 things to note. First, gas, you don't get a save, so he's dead. Second thing to note... The respirator makes your toughness +2, so you would have needed to roll a 6. However, you rolled a 6.
Yes.
Thus, he's perished. I know what you're thinking. People at home, you're sad for me. Don't cry for me. Argentina? I'm okay. No, but I kind of wanted to go that way, and then I thought, don't. No, don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
So it's my turn now.
Yes.
I'm sad. I've got pent-up frustration. I've spat on my hand. So I'm going to slap myself.
Oh,
I don't know what that means.
hey.
I heard someone say it in the toilet the other day.
Huh.
I assume it's
The
like
bathroom's weird.
It's like a pep, no, like in an outwardly area. I assumed it was like a pep talk. Like
Probably.
I'm gonna smack myself to teach myself a
Was
lesson.
someone going, yeah, like that?
Yes,
So yeah, it was just a pep talk. Motivational speakers.
that's exactly what I thought. Oh, thank God for that. I thought, I got worried for a second there. So I'm gonna activate my chap with a rivet gun.
Yes. Oh God. Right.
I like the way you said that. So the rivet gun has two types of fire: rapid fire or superheated. One of which, rapid fire, is multiple shots, and the other is something called blaze. So after an attack with a blaze trait has been resolved, roll a d6. If the target was hit but not taken out of action on a 4, 5 or 6, they catch fire. Place a blaze marker on the fighter. When a fighter with a blaze marker is activated, roll a d6, adding 1 to the result for each other active friendly fighter within 1 inch.
Ooh.
On a 6 or more, flames go out, the blaze marker is removed and they can act as normal. Otherwise, they take a strength 3 hit.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool. I'm going to just rapid fire you, though, I think. So,
Oh.
when firing with a rapid fire weapon, a successful hit roll scores a number of hits equal to the number of bullet holes in the fire-powered dice. In addition, the controlling player can roll more than 1 fire-powered dice up to the number shown in brackets. For example, when firing a rapid fire 2, a weapon can fire up to 2 rapid fire dice, etc. So we're going to do that as we know, as something with words. So I'm only a rapid fire 1.
Right.
So I roll it and I get a 2. So
Oh.
did it say it's 2 hits? Sorry, or did it say it was 2? Like I said, guys, we're still learning. Bear with us. It's weird because I want to keep putting all my old Necromunda knowledge into this. And you shouldn't do that.
It is forbidden.
It is forbidden. The sacred tomes have spoken. So a successful hit roll scores a number of hits. Oh, I need to roll the hit first. My bad. If I hit twice. But we still need to go through the proper
You
channels.
hit my chem person, I assume.
No, I'm hitting you chem person.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So my range is 3 or 9. Well, it's not 3, but it is 9.
Yep.
This we know. So I don't get the modifiers, so I just hit on my normal, which is a 4+. So if I get a 4 or more, I've hit you twice, because I did it in the wrong order, because that's the kind of guy I am.
Oh!
That's a 1. That's not a hit. It's unwieldy as well, it cost both my hibber jabbers. If we were playing the advanced rules, I do have bulging biceps that allow it to... I ignore unwieldy, so I can fire it once and then I can mosey or whatever I'm into. It's your turn anyway, young whippersnapper.
Why?
I'm not really sure what a whippersnapper is, but I read online they're good. So.
They're not.
Oh.
I
I realise I might be losing this, and I might flip the board. Because it's only really small, so it wouldn't take a lot of flipping.
Yeah. So flipping, flip-flop.
Plus, I've never really flipped a board other than ironically.
Do it now. Do it.
No, because the models are too pretty. Games Workshop, you've excelled yourself this time. I may have said some things in the past. Maybe some I meant, some I didn't mean. I may have wrote you a strongly worded email a time or two. I may have even cried when you wouldn't let me play Gorkamorka. Or in the store anyway. I just love orcs and trucks. It should be a thing.
Okay, she is going to shoot at him.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, you don't let me finish my tirade then.
I know, I thought it was a trademark rumble. I thought you were just killing time.
Oh, it was a little of both, really. Like, I saw you were busy, I saw I wasn't busy. So it's long range with a las pistol, is that a thing?
Yes, it is, yeah.
So you hit on A, it would be your bazooka.
3+.
And there's no modifiers for a long range, is there?
Nope.
So I'm not in cover because of the straight line. If that was like that, for instance, now I have cover.
Yeah. That's not fair.
No, I'm not saying I do. I'm saying if it was like that, I would have cover.
Yes, of course.
So it's a 3.
It is.
It's really where I was going with that one.
Alright, we got...
Pew, pew, pew.
Oh, no! Just a 1.
And that was not successful.
That was it.
You have only done 1 action, though.
Right.
Because you have 2. You can move.
I want to move too. We kind of need to advance in because But I don't want to move right into the centre.
You've just got to ask yourself, what would Michael Keaton do?
Michael Keaton as Batman?
Just in general, just... whenever I'm stuck with a dilemma, I ask myself one of three things. What would Jesus do? I tend not to listen to him. He got crucified. Like, some bad advice he's given you there.
Yeah.
Like, what should I do, Jesus? Go on a cross. They'll learn a lesson. They might, but I'll be dead. So I tend to ignore him.
I am going to move her into the open.
Yeah, you are.
Just because I want to really push this forward. Sorry, I cut you off again. So
That's
who's
okay.
the other person that you listen to?
Brian Boitano.
Ah, right, okay.
Because if he was here right now, we'd make a plan he'd follow through.
Ew.
That's what Brian Boitano... Yes, that's what Brian Boitano would do. And then,
That's
of course...
what your toddler does.
Yeah, and then Michael Keaton, obviously, because, well...
He always falls through?
He's Batman.
Was.
No, he is. He's always Batman to me.
Always was and always will be.
Let's look at who we got after. Val Kilmer, George Clooney. I don't even need to say anymore. We're not going to talk about Bale. Bale was good. I liked him anyway. I like the fact he did a different voice. I didn't like the fact
got
that...
a bit cartoony.
Yeah, I didn't like the voice that he did because it sounded like a chain smoker.
Yeah.
Affleck was actually good. I've got no bad words to say about Affleck. I thought the story was crap, but I thought he was good in what he did.
Okay, I can...
I like him, and he's good in Justice League. He's like one of the redeem. Now, Justice League's good.
I'm not watched Justice League.
You should. Remember how I was like, don't watch Batman vs Superman? Watch Justice League. Is the noise he makes, I assume.
How stealthy.
Yes, indeed. So, he feels it is his duty to please that booty. To shoot you in the face hole.
Oh, man.
So he
Didn't see that coming.
He hits on a 4, no modifiers, you're out in the open.
I am.
And I got a 5.
Wow.
So I hit.
Yeah.
I'm strength 5, because the stub gun's at strength 5, or stub cannon. I also have the ability to knock you back 1 inch, so I will, just to be really annoying.
Oh.
And then...
What did you just do? Did you not...
Oh, no, you should be knocked down. But you also... I can move you back an inch, because it has the knockback ability.
Kick me across the floor.
Yeah, it's basically firing like a large rivet of metal. Basically, they just...
hit you in the chest.
Yeah. They've got a load of, like, Grammy awards, and they just stuff them into the end of the gun, and they just shoot them out. I assume.
Yeah.
So 3s to wound is really where I was going with that one.
Stop breaking the scenery!
I got a 6. I also took out a bit of scenery. I think that should count. If this was Marvel, it would count. That scenery would be gone.
Yeah.
You get an armor save against it of 6.
Well, let's see
but
what
because
happens.
you've removed her, you may have sealed her fate.
Yeah, true. Oh, I did.
He did.
Okay.
So, it is your next action.
Okay.
You still have Sleeping Beauty there.
Sleepy. This one.
Yes.
And that one.
Oh, fiddlesticks. Oh, yeah, because you killed loads of my people. I remember now, and then I've just got this guy left to go. No, that guy.
No, I've only got those 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is why we remove the token.
I flipped them.
Oh, that's it. Flip it and rip it.
See, there's only the 2 that I haven't flipped.
I like style.
Right.
Is the noise he makes.
It is. 5. Right, what's that distance? That is 7. If I wanted to do a charge, how do I do that?
It would be 5.
Yep. Plus
your
D3.
D3. Yes.
Right.
So you've got a full 8 inches. So you charge forward, and then you need to turn to face me.
Bush.
Hey, baby.
Right. So that is this person here.
Yes, she has a power sword.
She's got a power sword, which I'm hoping to use.
I believe, does she have 1 or 2 attacks?
1.
So you can choose to put it on your pistol, because you can use pistols in combat, or you put it on your power sword, which is a much better option.
Yeah, power sword. I mean, that's the whole point why I charged.
So it would be a 3 to hit, is it, for your lady? Is she?
For what, my ballistic?
Your weapons skill.
Weapons skill is 4+.
Oh, right. So it's 4+. Does the sword have any modifiers? It'll be listed in the AC section.
AC? AP?
No. So you got range and then you got ACC.
Oh, accuracy?
Yeah.
No, thanks.
Fair play.
5.
That's a hit.
Hurrah!
So the strength of the sword, I believe it's your strength +1.
Yes, so it's +1, my strength's 3, so it's 4.
And my toughness is 4, so it's a 4.
Right.
That is successful. So then we'd go to the last part. Is there any armor penetration on that sword? Which of course I know there is.
Well, it says melee, parry, and power.
No, under upper.
Oh, sorry, +2.
Now we know my save is a 5+ from the front, which would put it to a 7, so I don't have a save. And you'd smite said person.
Cool.
Another one dead. See? Proving that painting them is not always good. I think it's because of the 90s combats. Look at that.
Yeah.
Red camo.
I love those red camo.
Like, it's a thing.
It's like being at school again.
Yes, it is, but without the sodomy.
Well,
Well, having a look at the 4 gangers I've had killed, maybe the sodomy's in effect.
Yeah, in effect.
Indeed, so we should really take it to my turn. Oh, you can, if you want, you can consolidate yourself 2 inches. That can be towards a model or it can be like into cover.
So can I like sort of, well, 2 inches
yeah.
to there? Double check that. Yeah.
You're a man who knows 2 inches when you say it. So I've just got this poor lonely fella left.
Well, to move.
I mean, yeah, to activate. So he's going to slip up to yonder. And then I'm going to see what I can do in the way of this dice business. So hitting on 4s.
Okay.
That's a 6. Bakayam. Hitting on, wounding on 3s. Oh, you're pinned and a bit knocked back. It's like
and a bit, yeah, that's a bit.
Kind of should measure.
Did you measure that bit?
Yeah.
Is that a metric or an imperial bit?
So you get a 6-up save.
Oh. No, I got
It's a 5. So, in the words of my Uncle Vinny, she's sleeping with the fishes.
Oh, okay. Bye.
He owned an aquarium. I don't think he means it the way I mean it. It was shut down. That's all I'm saying. So then we'd move across to the next phase. I've got 2 left. You have slightly more than 2.
Yeah.
Oh, we know you still have this fine filly
she
to
needs
go.
to get up. I've got 1.
Oh, go on. Let her do what she's got to do.
Oh, can I? Right, so she spends 1 to stand up.
Yeah, she does.
So she's got 1 left, so she can either shoot from where she's standing or move and then do nothing.
Yes.
Is that my understanding?
Yes.
She will move to there.
Smooth. So then it would be the end of the turn.
Yes.
Clean-up would occur, but there's no clean-up that needs to occur. Maybe put the bit of scenery that I've probably knocked back. And then a roll-off for priority this turn. If it's a draw, you would get it due to the metric system.
Okay.
4.
2.
I've got it anyway.
Oh.
I'm going to attempt to rivet you again.
What?
4's needed. Still nothing.
That's what happens.
Unwieldy scumbag. Yeah, he's better at close combat. I should take that weapon off him, really. I'm just going to snap his head off. It's like, his head doesn't shoot the rivets.
Oh my god.
Good sir.
Yes.
Avail yourself of a turn, for I am unwieldy, and that was all I could do.
Okay. Right. What is the range on my chem thrower? Because it just says T.
It's the flaming template.
Oh, of course. Oh, Dodoy. What a fool that I am.
But you can move first with that bad mama jammer.
Thank you. Cheers.
So yes.
Well, since you've tried to shoot me twice, I'm going to have to move towards you.
And I'm pretty much convinced that my next turn would be of a similar ilk.
And then
Good use of the word ilk, I thought.
Well, it's mediocre at best.
How right. So does he have a respirator on? He does not.
Yay!
So,
yes.
what-ho, a foe.
What?
One thing I forgot is he has 2 wounds, so he should have come back on, but it's fine. She only has 1 left. We would have only lost 1, I think, when you chemmed me. Yeah. But that's my fault. It was... If it was like the turn after and I'd remembered, that's one thing. But this is like 3 days later.
My leader had 2 wounds as well, but she got wiped out.
Yeah, but that's because
Who
I
else
caused
has
2 wounds.
He's got 1.
The champions have 2, I
One.
believe.
Ah, right. Yes. Yes, she also had 2.
Let's make this happen. So it's a
Okay.
toughness roll, 4 or more, and I'm schmoozing.
It's a 5!
Ah! Don't flap at you. Also, he takes 1 wound.
Yeah.
Good sir, avail
Yes.
me of a wound token. Not your own.
No.
It's like, I'll transfer this to you.
I haven't flipped my guys.
Flipping a ribbon.
My tokens for my girls.
Indeed. So, now it is my turn
Yeah.
to try and punish you. This one guy,
This one guy.
Cuthbert, is going to attempt to go and see her face. Oh, man. Oh, my God. 5 inches. Oh, yes. The man knows his 5 inches. You know the one thing that we've been forgetting? Not that it's been massively
The
relevant.
one thing?
The main thing is when you charge, you get the extra dice.
Oh.
But
Oh well.
pish posh, it's fine.
We learn as we go on.
Oh, we won't. They're the main
we
2.
won't.
So I have 1 attack. I've got 2 dice. I only have 1 close combat weapon, which is a fighting knife. Stabby, stab, stab. Which gives me a +1, though, is really where I was going with that one. So, I have 2 dice. I would normally need 4s. I need 3s now. The plot thickens. Like that egg custard under my bed.
Oh.
Don't tell Kaylee.
Can she not smell it?
Nah. It's just my normal musk. I hit with 1, I failed with 1. My strength, your strength, all our strengths are
My
4.
toughness is 3.
So I've got a -1 on this sword, on this knife. So if I can cause a wound, you are.
Yeah, because I've already
perished.
got 1 wound down. Oh!
Yahtzee.
Oh, she's out of there.
She's out of there. And some other baseball references I don't quite understand. Right, fair maiden, you have 2 models left. I have 2 models left. I have moved all of my models. It is now time for you to take the plunge. That's not some kind of cult reference, I don't think.
Right. Okay.
Apparently, I'm to stop using the term pigeonholing though,
Nah.
because I'm like a laptop destroyer.
Do it.
So
Keep saying it. Right. Okay.
Maybe we need a
So
t-shirt.
I've got my. So what's the range on that? That's a 12. So I could move my person here.
sure.
Face the right way, you fool. And then shoot. Actually, what's it?
Is that the plasma pistol?
Actually, if I just take another step forward, then that puts him within short range.
Yes.
Nice.
Are you going to risk the high?
Of course, I am going to.
You're a
risk the
maximum
high.
range kind of guy, so
Yes.
you are in short range.
Yes.
And is it -1?
Apparently.
Sorry, +1.
+1. Yes.
And you would normally need a 4, so you need a 3.
Right.
You'd roll that, and you'd roll the ammo dice. So
I've
you
got
hit,
6.
but you need to roll the ammo dice to see if you blow up.
I
And
don't.
you don't. So it is strength 7.
Yes.
I'm toughness 4, so it's 3s. And it will melt me if it's
It will.
successful.
You will evaporate. Into
So 3 or more, and I am perished.
Okay. 4.
So 4, it's a -2 to my armor.
Yeah, sure.
AP.
AP is 2. Yep.
So that model is not there anymore.
Hooray!
So you've got 1 model left to activate.
Yes,
I
I
have
have.
1 model literally left.
Indeed. Right, so,
Hey, look! Something rare. Someone using literally correct on the internet.
like, literally.
Sorry, internet people.
Right, 5 to
Yes.
there. Shooting at you.
I came off as douchey. That was wrong of me. Internet can use literally however they want. I literally don't care.
Well, actually, in common parlance, you can use literally to mean metaphorically.
I don't like that though.
It's a thing now. It's acceptable grammar.
It shouldn't be though.
No, but it's become acceptable grammar because it's become common parlance.
But that doesn't make it right.
Yeah, because that's how language works.
No.
Right. Anyway, So I'm shooting short range with my laser gun.
There you are. Laser gun or a las gun.
Laser gun.
Lasers.
So
Like this shark I have.
Ballistic. Yes, ballistic.
Yes.
I hit on a 4+, so that's what I roll first.
Is there any modifiers for it being short range?
+1.
Yeah,
So 3+.
That's what I am talking about.
Okay,
so that would be the end of the round.
It is.
You went first, then I went like a million times. I think we're on like turn 5.
You've been first every time since 1. Oh,
Yahtzee.
god damn.
Let's make this happen. He's going to attempt to charge that Lady of the Lake.
Lady of the Lake.
And he's got a 6-incher to do it.
Oh. Crikey.
Hey, baby. Let's go to Seattle for the winter.
To Seattle? You want to go to Seattle for the winter? Proper cold?
So she thinks.
Oh.
So, that was wrong of me. Your face is a picture of
At least
elegance.
it wasn't a joke about my grandma's bits.
Oh, I miss them. So, 2 attacks as a basic because he's a champy hon.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 extra because I charged.
Go for it.
He hits on a 3. He poops on a 7. He's unarmed though for the purposes of smiting. 2's a good, 1's a dead.
Yeah.
His normal strength is still 4, so your toughness is still 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, words.
Oh.
2 wounds. You get your normal 6-up save on both. If you fail 1, you are not existing.
4.
Alright, you don't need to take a second one then, because you failed the first one.
Yeah,
So
she's...
take her away.
she's
And now I'm in a
gone.
very plasma pistol position.
Oh.
So, are you maximum?
Well, obviously I am, yes.
Well, you've got a knife. You could run in and stab me in the heat.
No. Right, so I'm rolling this first. Again, it's 3+.
Yes, and then ammo.
And then an ammo roll, 5. Ammo roll, 5.
It's fine.
And then...
3s.
3s.
6 or 6.
Hooray! He did.
And I am perished.
Well, that was somewhat a war of attrition there at the end.
So is your face. I stand by it. But no, it was enjoyable. We knew it was going to be. It's Necromunda. It's awesome. But no, the basic rules, especially in such a confined space, do feel somewhat limited.
Yeah. I still need a significant amount of practice to get my head around playing this.
Absolutely. It's only because you've been indoctrined into...
You've been indoctrinating me again.
Yeah, into a lot of the other games that we play. So this is of a different mindset. It has some similarities, but a lot of that minus means it's a plus to your dice roll, that plus is a minus to your dice roll, etc.
Yeah. If it says minus, it means plus, and if it says plus, it means minus.
Except on this occasion, then it means... But yes, it's something you get from playing Games Workshop games. Once you've played them a number of times, it sticks in your head. Yeah. I certainly need to have a flick through the rule books again, but it's, as we've already mentioned, it's the Christmas period, and this time I get to do that is very limited.
Well, of course.
Yeah. But it is definitely something I do want to get more games in of. Obviously, I've been waiting for...
What I was going to say...
Gosh knows how many years.
For how long you've been wanting this? You're like, I played it once enough. Sorry, I'll throw it away. What's next?
Yes, absolutely. Where's Shadespire? And that's true. Shadespire will not be fallen by the wayside just because this new game is in fruition.
Yeah.
I think the next game that we do, we'll be playing the first mission from the book, so we'll be using the actual floor tiles.
Oh, okay.
But we'll still keep it a basic mission.
Yep.
So that we can... So you can just get to grips with playing it a little bit more.
Start to learn more.
Maybe we will use the skills for the champions and the leaders.
We need skills.
Indeed. And then, I think after that, I think you'll be good to just play it in a normal setting, to be honest, with all the advanced rules. They say advanced rules, but it's not like a great deal. It's just things like ammo rules and stuff like that. So every time you shoot, you're rolling one of those dice at the same time. If it rolls an ammo roll, then you have to roll on your little ammo stat, which is like a 3+ for my stub cannon, so on a 3 or more it's fine, and 1 or 2 it runs out of ammo.
Sure.
And then one of your actions is just to reload. You just use an action to do it, and then you do the same test again. So it's not like a guaranteed. But yeah, so I don't think the advanced rules will add a lot that will be that taxing to you.
You say that now.
Yeah, I may be wishful thinking. But you've got now the ability to think up your gang name and think up some names. You're basically going to go and watch every Mad Max film one after another and then Google steampunk ladies and then be confused like, why am I not excited by this? And then you realise that steampunk ladies are scary.
Absolutely. And I suppose, although it is somewhat of a feeble excuse, I do want to try and defend myself in the sense of I've had a whole day at work and then I drove an hour and a half to get here and then I had to play with your toddler and my brain may be somewhat dead when I'm trying to learn this.
You didn't have to play with him in terms of like you came here and I went, play with him. It was he forced you.
Okay, yeah. He overpowered me.
I just want people to know that it's not me going, you must play with my child while I write out stat cards. This is my child going, it's Alan, who he calls Uncle Alan in a kind of creepy way. It's not. He sees you probably more than he sees... In fact, he sees you a lot more than he sees his other aunties and uncles and stuff, because you're always here.
I don't even see my own nephews and nieces that much.
I know. You should adopt him, not as, like, your son. That would be wrong. I digress. Anyway, so... Necromunda, first...
Yeah, so that was my excuse for maybe a slow learning brain tonight.
It's all good. I find that usually we'll have one really good game a night and we'll have one half-dead game a night. It'll depend how busy we've both been during the day.
That's true.
Quite often, if you've been busy, I can carry us through. But if...
It doesn't work the other way around, does it?
I've had a dead day, then our night is going nowhere. There's times you've turned up and I'm just like, should we not do any filming tonight? And you're like, okay, let's watch the Orville.
Yeah.
Which is something you guys should do. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's a thing. But no, first impressions of Necromunda, I really like it. I really can't wait to try the tiles and then move on to obviously the 3D terrain, because we've got all that TTCombat stuff just sat there begging to... Because if you think the knockback thing where you get knocked an inch, if you're on a platform, you're going off that platform.
Oh, yeah,
and there's rules for falling.
Hey.
There's also later on, or there was in the old one anyway, I haven't looked through the trading posts now, we used to be able to get grapnels and things. It was very Batman-esque, but without having a cape. Ooh, maybe I should put capes on all your models.
We had a lot of the falling rules. I think we haven't had falling rules playing in a game since we played the Marvel one.
Yes.
Is that right?
Oh, I miss that game. Well, I miss parts of it. I don't miss trying to film a game of it. Because there was a lot going on, and it was just a lot of... You needed like a 20 camera setup. And
plus, the level of pedantry when it came to setting up the scenery. We wanted it to be quite realistic.
Yes, that was a lot of the problems when we played the Marvel game.
It took us an hour and a half just to set that up.
Yeah, it was like, no, a car wouldn't be there. No, why would a petrol station be next to that? Why is there 2 bus stops next to each other? And it would be bad if it was one of us, but we were both as bad as each other.
Oh, God, yeah.
So I'd maybe set up the trade and you'd be like, no, that doesn't make sense, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And then we'd nitpick.
But yeah, I remember that game had falling rules and there was a thing with getting pushed off there. And
yeah, it is a game we're going to come back to, probably more the DC side of it. When they release a lot more of the heroes that you would probably even give a crap about. Because you're like, I don't care about Shazam or Black Adam. That's not a racial thing. That's his real name. He's going to be played by The Rock in the movie. Yeah. He's got the eyebrow thing. He'll be fine.
I did like when we were playing... We're getting into a point where we were supposed to be talking about Necromunda and now we're talking about Marvel.
It's good. But anyway.
When we were playing that game, I liked playing as Ares. He was a tank.
Yes, he was. And I've been looking at the equivalents, actually, for a lot of the models that you liked in the Marvel side of it. And the reason, I know, obviously, people who watch it, especially if you follow the game, can go, well, you can play the Marvel against the DC. You cannot. They have, whether they've done it intentionally or whether it's just because of the way the DC superheroes are, there's a big power creep.
Mm.
So it'd be like, this character of this power level, who should be the equivalent of Thor, is cheaper and double as good, kind of thing. I exaggerate for effect, but there is a power creep. It is a lot harder if you're playing Marvel against DC to win.
I remember, that was actually quite a good example. Thor was quite underpowered a lot of the time. He had, I think, one particularly powerful action.
Yes.
But in terms of if you hit him, he was quite weak to get hit.
Indeed,
if I'm remembering
he was.
right.
But yeah, anyway, these guys don't want to hear this.
So, Necromunda.
I like the 2-action system.
Yep.
It fits with a lot of the other games we play.
Definitely.
I like the fact that you're not having to, I move in this phase, I shoot in this phase, I close combat in this phase, etc. I like this guy shoots and then he can leg it back into cover. He can do a double move. When you start looking at the advanced rules, there's climbing ladders, there's jumping off ledges, there's all kinds of crazy that kind of thing. And as I said, the combat and stuff becomes quite good then as well, because you've got like the knockback, knocking people off bridges. The knockback rule itself is really good, because as I said, if you hit someone an inch but they can't go the full inch, they just take the extra damage. And there's a lot of the Goliath weapons have the knockback rule. Whereas your ladies, and I've added extra things like grenades and stuff to yours for when we play the more advanced ones.
Yeah.
You're all about gassing people and making them take those toughness tests and stuff.
The gassing worked out really well.
Yes, it did. And I gave your leader gas bot grenades, which basically do the same thing, as I recall.
If she wasn't wiped out straight away.
Well, she was hit with a power hammer, though. Like, it's not just named a little hammer. It's not like a little put up a shelf hammer. This is a power hammer. It's got power at the front of it. It's got to be tough. Everybody knows that. Okay. Like, don't look at a shower and go, power shower. I wonder if that's strong. You just go, power shower. That's cleaning the hair right off my body.
You talk a lot when you go into bathrooms, don't you?
I do. I converse with my shower quite often, actually. He's called Timothy. Yeah, he's nice. But anyway, I think we should leave it here, because people are like, what are they saying?
Oh, people have already shut off. We might as well just keep talking.
I hope not. I haven't told them to like and subscribe. You tell them to like and subscribe.
I don't think I've got the authority.
All right.
Okay. Subscribe and like.
There you go. That's it.
Oh, I screwed it up.
He did. He said the wrong way around. You pretty much just lost
ping
us.
the bell and stuff and share.
Yeah, we never tell people to share. If you could share our stuff, that would be cool. Even the stuff that's crap, because I don't know, maybe people will be like, look at these two idiots, and they'll share it around more because we're idiots. We should do a thing called Tale of Two Idiots. That would be cool. But anyway, guys, pray to the dice gods. Hope they smile upon you. Have a good weekend. Have a good week. And enjoy your festive season. If you got your Christmas decorations up like I've been made to have and it's not Christmas yet.
Or if you're watching this in February.
Yeah, you've either got a partner or you're a crazy or it's February. And then why are you putting Christmas tree decorations up in February? You, sir, are a maverick or madam or...
You're rambling again.
Take care.
Bye.